What's going on, good people? It's Will. Today I want to talk about 5 reasons why you may have reached a plateau with your shooting. All right, reason number 1 is that you're not dry firing at all, enough, or in a purposeful way. So practice is about building habits or changing them in some cases. So in order to do that, you need a lot of reps. Dry fire is a great way to do that because it's condensed practice in the sense that you don't need to reload magazines, you don't need to switch your target up or do anything like that. It's strictly rep after rep after rep, so you can get a lot done in a short amount of time. So we want to make sure that we're dry firing in a way that also matches the goals that we want to reach. So if you're looking for, I don't know, let's say you're looking for a faster draw, then your dry fire should be set up at least mainly around just that, getting a faster draw. If you're doing something else in dry fire and your goal is a faster draw, then it's not going to help. Number 2, you don't miss enough when you practice. So it's really easy to get caught up in accuracy where you want to make sure that you're hitting what you're aiming at. And while that is an important skill to have, it's not the only skill that you're going to need. Now keep in mind, I'm talking about in a self-defense context, but I guess you could throw competition in there, but that's not my primary focus. So in a self-defense context, yes, you'll be able to, or need to be able to hit what you're aiming at, that threat, right? But you're also going to need to be able to do that before they can cause harm to you or more harm to you or harm to someone else. So there's still that time component. So both are important. So if you're one of those people that goes to the range and your goal is to shoot a tight group, that's okay to a point. But once you're able to do that consistently and safely, you need to start adding an element of speed. Because if your life is on the line, you're probably not going to have a lot of time to shoot a super tight group at 5 yards, 7 yards, whatever it is that you practice. So if you're going to the range and all you're doing is shooting really tight groups and then you take a picture and post it online, that's great, you shot a tight group. But can you do that at a realistic speed? Now, if you're doing it at a realistic speed, great. But now the thing is, go faster. If you're not making any mistakes and you can do that time after time after time, that means you're exactly or firmly right in the middle of your comfort zone. And growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. So if you want to grow, you're going to have to push yourself beyond what you're currently capable of, figure out what part of your fundamentals breaks down, and then address that so that you can do whatever it is that you're working on at that new speed. And then once you do that, you just keep repeating. But again, you see a lot of targets online. People always want to post their shot groups and talking great grouping. But the question is, if you shot that tight group, 1, what was the distance? What were your splits? How long did it take you to shoot that group? And then was it from the draw? Was the target moving? Were you moving both, or what have you? So don't get stuck in accuracy where that's all you do and you never work on shooting quickly, because pressing the trigger quickly, especially slapping it, which is a skill that we all need to learn, is much different than prepping, going to the wall, and then kind of slowly building pressure until you get that surprise break. 2 completely different things. So just because you're good at one does not mean you're good at the other. And in most cases, you'll be good at one, and if you haven't done it, you won't be good at the other. Reason number 3, not analyzing your practices. So whether this is dry fire or live fire, when you do have a mistake, hopefully because you're pushing yourself and challenging yourself to get beyond your comfort zone and current skill level, when there is an issue, what caused it, right? So you want to figure out what is the issue that broke down so that you can fix it. Not only that, on each rep, there's an opportunity to learn something one way or another. So you don't want to just draw your gun, get your gun out there real quick, and then like, okay, I beat the par time that I set. Okay, after I'm here, did my sights come up exactly where I wanted them to? Was my grip positioned the way I wanted it to be? Do I have the pressures that I want? Is my firing hand tense or is it loose? What are my shoulders doing? What did I do during the draw? Was there unnecessary movement? Were there any inefficiencies? So it's a really good idea to record all of your practices, especially dry fire. You don't have to post it or anything like that, but you can go back and look at it and see what your body is doing. A lot of times we're doing things that we don't realize. Like a common thing with the draw is like an extreme lean where you're doing one of these things, right? And a lot of times people don't even know that they're doing it until you point it out. So not analyzing your practice is a huge one, because there's a lot of opportunities there where you can either become more efficient, more consistent, or a number of other things just by finding kind of what you're doing and what patterns need to be corrected. Number 4, not getting any help. So a lot of times we'll reach a point where we can only help ourselves but so much, and we've reached the point we can't help ourselves any further. Or there's something else that we just don't know about and someone else can assist us with that. So it doesn't have to be an instructor. It could be someone that's really informed on whatever it is that you're trying to work on. So if I'm trying to work on shooting on the move and I know someone is really good at shooting on the move, I can pick their brain or have them look at one of my videos to see, hey, is my technique good? Is there something that I can change? Maybe something I can implement in my practices to make this a little better, and then get some feedback from someone else. Because oftentimes, again, none of us knows anything. So I know sure as hell I don't. So I lean on shooters that are better than me, or maybe we're on the same skill level, but they have something that I don't, and I'll ask them, hey, what do you think about this? Am I getting my gun up early enough, or whatever it is? And then I can get some feedback and then go back and use that to tweak my practice sessions, dry fire and live fire, to make sure that I'm making the progress that I'm looking to make. So number 5 is being focused on drills and not skills. So an example of that would be if you're about to be law enforcement and you need to pass a particular qual, and maybe there's a bill drill and you have to do a bill drill in, I don't know, 2.25 seconds, right? So you go to the range and you practice bill drills again and again and again. I'm not too mad at that in the beginning, because if you need to pass the qual, do what you need to do. But for the average shooter that's not trying to pass a qual and they're just trying to improve their ability to protect themselves, then using a drill again and again is probably not a good idea. So what a drill is, it's usually a standardized exercise that will test, in most cases, particular skills. Like a bill drill is going to test your ability to get the gun out and on target quickly, your ability to maintain your grip through a 6-round string of fire, your ability to stay focused on the target in the area that you're trying to hit and not follow your front sight or your dot as it rises and falls. So there's a bunch of things that are going on, pressing the trigger without disturbing the gun, that you'll need to be able to do in that one drill. So when you want to improve on a particular skill, you don't need a drill to do that. So one of the most common questions that I get is, hey, I want to do A, B, or C, what drill should I do? And usually the answer is just set up the targets in a way that will allow you to practice the skill that you're looking to improve, or force you to do it, however you want to look at it, right? So if I want to do transitions, I'm just going to set up targets at varying distances apart and focus on my ability to move from one target to the other, eyes and then gun, and then make sure I'm looking at a small spot on the target so I can get my dot there as soon as possible and efficiently, and then it stops right where I want it to stop, and I can work on that. Again, that's dry fire and live fire. But you don't need a drill for that. Just set up the targets in a way that allows you to work on the skill or skills. I wouldn't probably do more than 2 at a time, so you can really drill down and focus those skills you're looking to improve. So don't get focused on drills. There's nothing wrong with doing bill drills and other things. I do them from time to time. There's nothing wrong with them. But you don't want to get caught up on, I have to do a drill every time I go to the range. I think that's the wrong way to think about it. Think about the skills you want to improve and not necessarily the drills you might do in order to improve them. But either way, if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know if I missed something, got something wrong, if there's something you would add to the list. But other than that, y'all be safe.